Well, hello there. I am sitting out by the lake, and I thought this would be a great time to record some videos. There are a couple that I want to do, but we're going to get started with the first, which is just going to be a little bit of a recap. I can tell my arm's going to get tired, so if the angle keeps changing, that's why. Anyway, we're just going to get started with a little bit of a recap of my experience at the Ream Stories Subscription Summit, which I just went to in Boston. It was a really fun time. I had a tremendous time. If you ever get the opportunity to go to a Ream Stories event, I highly recommend it. They are a very talented team. It was a great event. It was pretty small. I think there were about 50 people there, maybe a few more than that. But it was over 2 days. It was held in Boston. And they're not doing another one next year, but hopefully the year after that, there will be another in sort of a different format. But you can go to the Ream Stories Facebook group and find out more information about it. But yeah, definitely recommend. It was great. It was so good. And it is a lovely, lovely day. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what I learned while I was there. I've been wrestling over sort of the direction that I'm going and what my strategy should be for a while now. And I've been having some trouble figuring it out. But I feel like I have come away from this event with a tremendous amount of clarity. And that's one of the best feelings ever. I really needed that. And so, the Subscription Summit delivered in spades. So I want to talk a little bit about it. First of all, like I said, it was just a fantastic event. It was a great time getting to know new people, meeting people that I had sort of run into in the industry and never really had time to chat with. Getting to chat with them, that was fantastic. Like I said, I came away with clarity, a ton of new ideas for what I kind of want to do from a career perspective. I wanted to give sort of a brief overview. The amount of stuff that I learned filled up many pages of notes. And so I can't really unpack all of that for you in this video, but I wanted to sort of highlight a couple of things. The first is that there was a surprising cohesion in all of the people who spoke. I did have the privilege of presenting at this event, and I think everybody was kind of surprised to realize that most of the people presented about the same sort of thing. And it was all around sort of this core idea of the superfan, that cultivating a superfan or somebody who is really invested in your worlds and your work is worth selling to, dozens of other people. And that as authors, what we should be trying to do is write books that cultivate superfans, that attract superfans. And if we can do that, that's going to give us sort of the best chance of succeeding as an author. And it's going to give us the highest amount of longevity. And then the second piece of that, the second big takeaway, was that focusing on reader experience is always the right move. It's always the right thing to do to try to make your reader experience better. And that was my big takeaway, is that, I have books that people like, and I have the beginnings of community. But I'd really love to be able to deliver a better reader experience. Because while I am a writer, in my heart, I'm really a reader, and I wish that other authors had given me a better reader experience. I wish that there had been more for me to interact with around the stories that I loved. And so I've started to think about that and started to plan for how I can do that, how I can deliver a better reader experience. If you have any ideas, definitely leave me a comment. letting me know what sort of thing would improve your reader experience. And if you've never read any of my books, go read one and then leave me a comment letting me know what would improve your reader experience. I'd love to know. And then finally, the third big takeaway is that perspective is everything. There were people there from all stages of their careers, all different levels as authors and prospective authors, and it was really good to interact with all of those people. But one of the most important things was just that perspective really matters. You can be someone who sells a lot of books, and if your perspective isn't good, you're going to have a miserable time of it. And you can be someone who has not yet sold any books, and if your perspective is good, you can be having a great time. And I think that is just a really important takeaway, that cultivating the proper perspective on this whole thing is one of the most important things you can do. There was a specific quote that has been rattling around in my head that I hope to use to sort of drive my actions moving forward. And that is that people don't want to be notified, they want to be noticed. And man, when I heard that, it was like a gut punch, because like I cannot tell you how much I resonate with that. I feel like that was my whole life. It is my whole life. I'm definitely an extrovert. I definitely like engaging with people, but so often I find myself growing frustrated with like social interactions online. And it's because I realized after hearing this that it's because I feel like there's a cheapness to it. But I was also able to see an example of someone, Chris Hopper, who is an author who is fully present whenever he interacts with other people. And I saw that and I was like, man, that is what I want to do. That's what I want to be, right? I want to be the kind of person, not even as an author, just as a person who notices people. Because I remember so many times in so many different situations feeling like I was invisible, feeling like I wasn't being noticed. And that's hard. It's really hard to be in that place. So anyway, I've come away from this subscription summit with just a lot of good information and sort of a new lease on understanding how I want to interact with people, not only around my world, but just in general. I want to notice people. I want to be present, and I want to, treat people with the attention and respect that they deserve. So that's what I took away from the summit. Like I said, if you ever get the opportunity to go to a summit of your own or any event put on by Ream Stories, you should definitely do it. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.